Good morning, it is the 13th day of April, the 12th day of me vlogging every day in April. I'm doing pretty good so far. I have spent most of my time today answering VidCon emails and working on the Truth or Fail Fact Finder submission form. The markup is all done, just working on the database. Thank you to Sam for helping me so much with that. I just read a long article at New TV. New TV is one of the premier, probably the premier online video blog, which I read all the time. And I just read a really long article there. Not really long for the web article there about the Streamy Awards. Now I know a bunch of people who were at the Streamy Awards, but I wasn't really paying attention to the Streamy Awards. I think that the Streamy Awards are kind of interesting. I'm not really sure about them, but the thing is, they are kind of on, they're an event to do with online video, and I'm also doing an event to do with online video, so I need to be paying attention to these kinds of things. And so I read this article with great interest, and I was reading this very long blog post about how the Streamy Awards did not go particularly well, which, aside from the fact that it's almost good news for me, because at least it lowers the bar for VidCon, and as long as we can keep everybody's pants on, we will be, you know, people will be like, oh, this isn't so bad, people are wearing pants. So I'm reading about the Streamies, and a couple of things are striking me as interesting. Problems included miscommunication with guests. People thought there was going to be food when there wasn't food, so people were hungry, and that makes them cranky. Additionally, I saw Michael Buckley tweet about the fact that they did not let him walk down the red carpet with his husband. What? How is this moving forward from the traditional entertainment industry if a freaking gay guy can't have a husband and walk down the red carpet with him? Whoever made that decision, I want you to be held accountable. Another of the Streamers' problems is that it just didn't have the right attitude or taste, and it was vulgar, and it was uninteresting, and it wasn't focused on the people who were receiving the prizes. It was focused on short attention span sketch comedy. The thing that really interests me about the Streamies is the focus on web series. Generally, I have found that online video fiction stuff just doesn't work. I can't think of a successful fictional YouTube or online video project that isn't sketch comedy or vlogging based. Okay, I just thought of two. The Guild, which has vlogging components but is not vlogging based, and Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog, which also has vlogging components but is not vlog based. It's interesting that those two very successful online video projects, each of them start out with someone talking to the camera, because there's something about that. There's something about this relationship that makes it okay to then spring into something else. Because if you don't have this relationship, then it's not a sit down at your desk experience, it's a sit down on your couch experience. When you're doing a sit down on your desk experience, you expect the person on the other side of the camera to be interacting with you and to be asking you to interact. When you sit down on your couch, you expect to be passive and sitting there. Now, it's very interesting to me that the Streamies have this focus on episodic web content, which is really, in terms of viewership, unsuccessful. I'm not saying that it isn't good. A lot of this stuff is really great. I've watched it, I enjoy it, but the thing is, I don't go back to it. I don't know why I don't go back to it, but I don't feel like I'm interacting with it in the way that I should be, and I don't feel like I'm enjoying it in the way that I expect to be when I'm sitting at my desk. I think that it's amazing that the creators of Guild and Dr. Horrible both found this interaction, that the blogging interaction to have as their spring-off point. Where you're doing the honest video thing that people do. That was also the springing-off point for Lonely Girl. And then you can do fiction, and then people will accept it. So that's why this focus on episodic web content, on drama and comedy series is peculiar to me, because those aren't successful. There was one vlogging category at the Streamies. One. All of the most successful online video projects are either sketch comedy or they're vlogging. And then there are all these other categories for like art direction and sound design. People who are going to be successful online video creators, the people who are going to make a living, are not going to have sound designers, because they're not going to be able to afford sound designers, because they're going to be taking the money and buying groceries with it. Now, that's not going to be the case for everyone. There are going to be big projects that have big followings that began with people talking to the camera. It's going to be Ray William Johnson and Kevin Wu and Philip DeFranco. These people are going to start shows, and they're going to be successful, but they're going to have started as vlogs, because that is the interaction that people find interesting. That is why Shanae is interesting. That is why Lonely Girl was interesting. That is why Dr. Horrible was interesting, because you're having this personal, I'm making my thing on the internet, not somebody's following me around with a camera and videotaping me. I wish for everyone's sake that it had gone better and there had not been as many technical glitches and so on. I think it's really great to honor people, but to be honest, I think it's too early in this medium's creation to start up an awards show. I don't think that we're important enough yet. I think that we'll get there. The fact that the Streamies was so full of self-deprecating humor is, I think, a reflection of that. I think that people are feeling like, why are we taking this so seriously? Why aren't we just having a good time? And that's what the Streamies, if it's going to be successful, needs to be about. It needs to be about being silly, having a good time, and being like a group of people who are doing the same things, who like each other, who are interested in what each other are doing, recognizing each other, and saying thanks for making great content. It can't be about anything besides that. Because if it takes itself any more seriously than that, then it's a farce. I'm really glad that we don't have to take ourselves seriously. That's one of the principal tenets of VidCon. It's not about taking yourself seriously. It's about having a really great time and creating an opportunity for a bunch of people to throw ideas up in the air and watch them rain down upon everyone else. That is what I love about online video. That is what I love about new media, because it's so new that you can just and it just falls and it hits people, you know? It's new. Screw it all. This is vlogging, baby. I'll see everyone tomorrow.